Well, welcome back to episode 8 on Bevington Farm. We have done the weeding on the crops that are ready to be harvested in a few episodes' time. We have set away with the Massey Ferguson seeder on another tractor on this field, putting in wheat, and we have the T8 going around with the larger seeder, putting in oat in what was formerly the cornfield. So that is where we are at currently. I want to get as much of this done as possible. I have temporarily paused the time because I think again it would start setting with the sun, and I don't really want to do this in the dark. That is the main reason behind that. But when we get this done, I'm going to do the headlands on this field while the other tractor does the up and downs. I suspect they will finish before I do, on the basis that they started a little while ago. But yeah, we're going to get this done, and then I'm going to leave the field to our left there empty, so after the winter we can look at alternative options. Like I said in the last episode, I want to get a manure spreader and I want to get a slurry spreader, and I want to start using those materials to fertilise our ground. So I'm optimistic we can get that done once we've got the seed in, so we know what our fertiliser needs are. Outside of that, my next big adventure or plan is to get to grips with the new mod that I've become aware of terraforming. So I want to use that to start building our ground or any cow barn. That is the thought. I have no idea where I'm going to put it just yet, or how much terraforming is going to be needed, but I do want to utilise that to try and to make that work. A bit more immersive, so hopefully it works well on video and it works well for me playing the game. I do think these field edges might be a bit too close to the boundary, so I might have to readjust them at some point. So Scroft made an update to this map today in my terms, maybe a week ago, since you'll have had access to it if you're playing on it. I have got a custom edit of this map myself, so I've had to try and map a few of those things over. I haven't noticed a massive difference in the grass texture, so I don't know if I've done that correctly or not yet. I'm going to have to explore that one a bit further, but everything else that he put in his update I have either implemented or acknowledged and ignored. And what I say by that is he took out a fence towards the entrance of the farm and took out a gate. I left the gate in and I shrunk the fence to be more in keeping with where it was intruding in that building. So that's the only difference with that. Now I do have my grass modified anyway to be taller, because I find that the Giants version of the grass is just a bit too short. But that said, that's done for performance reasons rather than anything else, and thankfully my PC can handle a little bit more than that, hence why I've heightened it. But with that said, that's what I'm not quite sure about, as to whether I've modified it and not implemented Scroft's modifications. Right, I'm going to time lapse the rest of this so I don't waffle on too long. Okay, that should be the field complete. I know the other tractor is going around meticulously checking that I've done a good job. So yeah, looks like wheat is in and all planted. Perfect. Guessing that's where all the tram lines are as usual. See how that pans out. Right, how do we fold this back up again? Weirdly, I think you've got to lift that up first. Every time I do this, I get it wrong. Looks like the one doing the oat may have either run out of seed or is stuck somewhere because that field still needed doing. We'll check on that after we put this away, and then we will look to get a muck spreader, I believe. That is my next consideration. I must leave 60,000 in the bank though, because when we go to November we're going to lose that with finance fees. And following that we will need to pay off the loan as well. Whilst I feel like I'm doing really well, I'm not doing fantastically well financially either. Just about staying afloat. We'll stop here. Got ample grass off the grass fields again. We got, I think, about 400,000 litres of straw off the two crops that don't normally produce straw, but with the mod did, which is good. Could certainly use more. Not doing very well with that, am I? Third time's a charm. Right, let's tab to the other vehicle. Yes, it is out of seed. Now that is mostly my fault because I did not fill the planter with seed on the assumption I wouldn't need that much. Guessing oat is quite heavy consumption. Okay, so we've got that field finished off with the seeding, and we've now bought this lovely little manure spreader. I'm going to reverse up to the heap, and with any luck, we should be able to fill the tool. And And then from there we can see how far we get and what we get on the fields. I suspect there's going to be a lot of trips back and forth. Now, I'm not going to do the grass fields first. I'm going to do them with whatever's left, if anything's left. We're going to start on the two fields that we've just seeded. And whilst this tractor should have the power to pull this trailer, I just feel a little bit sluggish. It would definitely help if I unfolded it. Right, so the map is changing. So we are spreading some fertilizer on the field. I feel this is going to take some time. Back to another time lapse, I think, for this field, and then on the other field we may well just do that off camera. Okay, that is that one done as well. Now, we used a bit more than I expected, if I'm honest. I think we might struggle to do the larger field with what we've got in stock. I don't particularly want to buy a slurry spreader with what we've got in the bank. We could potentially get that on finance and increase our £66,000 a month financing agreement to a bit more than that. We'll see. We certainly won't have enough to do the grass. Now, my only critique again of precision farming. It hasn't had an update as far as my recording goes. Nothing's been released just yet. I suspect that will be because 1.9 Giants patch is due imminently, and it might be roped in alongside that. So for now, we're going to have to manage it the best we can. Like I said, I don't think the field should be as patchy as that after we've applied what we've applied. Given the fact that it still says bad nitrogen there. Does say good there, but again it's below what it's recommended, which is 200 kilograms. Yeah, so for me, it's still not perfect. Either way, I am going to crack on with the other fields, and I think we'll leave this as a short of an episode and leave things there. So, like I said, we're doing a bit of field prep. We've got the seed in the ground now. We have planned to expand the farm with Terraform, and I'm looking forward to when we get to do that. November, December, January tend to be quite quiet months, so we will look at what we've got in our silo and what can be sold, because we desperately need money. And I don't really want to have to keep doing contracts just to get that money. So yeah, we will look at them and hopefully pay a bit of the bank balance off. Anyway, for those who have been watching, thank you very much again for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.